morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela, and I have got questions for you. What opens with us seeing that Dr. Jackie has made her transition into meeting with her husband, her cheating ass husband, to talk to see if they can figure something out, and it's all butterflies and sweetness and light. And what closes with the ladies having an event, a Mother's Day event, and releasing sweetness and light and butterflies into the universe in recognition of mamas who've made their transition. If you guessed Married to Medicine, oh shoot, wait a second. If you guessed Married to Medicine, yesterday's episode, you're correct, except for I was incorrect. That wasn't the opening. I was on the wrong page. At the closing is correct, but at the opening we have Dr. Heavenly meeting with her spiritual advisor, who's like, "Oh, hep to the no. Going to a voodoo store is not sweetness and light and butterflies." So let's jump right in and see how we get from opening to closing. My name is Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You. Okay, so we start with some montages. We got quiet at her home after Dr. G left. We pick up right where we left off, and then we have her calling Simone, and Simone is like, "What you doing?" And Quiet is like, "I'm sitting here alone because the man done left." And Quiet is concerned about her marriage. Then we see Toya reading to her 2 boys. Then we see Dr. Contessa leaving her children with Nanny Renee. Then we see Dr. Jackie with patients and, the children and stuff, So then we're at Doc Heavenly's house, and Miss Jewel arrives. Reverend Mother Jewel arrives, and she's Doc Heavenly's spiritual advisor. And she said that Dr. Heavenly is trying to figure out if she should stop professing Christ, because the more she professes Christ, the more pushback she gets from the people who question her love of the Lord. They come after her harder with the devilment. And then Jewel is like, no, going to the voodoo shop is not good, but you can't be cussing people out. What I need you to do is to pause for 2 minutes. Before you say anything, your first thing you want to do is cuss people out, but just pause for 2 minutes. And Dr. Heavenly is like, 2 minutes? That's a long time. And I'm like, that is a long time, but that's some good advice. But we might want to start with her, like pause for 20 seconds or pause for 2 seconds. But anyway, 2 minutes, that's aspirational. And then they talk about Dr. Heavenly's owing an apology to Miss Lucy, and they strategize for that. Miss Lucy is Mariah's mom. Then we're at we're at Doc Simone's, and her sister is visiting, and they talk about Doc Simone's marriage, and the sister says, "You will turn it around." And Dr. Simone is like, "We are arguing over basic stuff," and the sister is like, "You guys have to stay in the same house." And Dr. Simone is like, "He's so hostile." And her sister is like, "You focus on you. Get your own stuff together. Get your own stuff right. It's hard, but you got to give him time. Do you feel like he still loves you?" And Dr. Simone is like, "I don't know." And her sister is like, "Oh, what is she doing back here? Hold on a second." And then we're with Miss Mariah. She has a brand new assistant, a white woman. And then she thinks that she thinks some of the women doubted her sincerity, so she's having a Mother's Day luncheon. And then we see Dr. Jackie meeting with Dr. Simone's husband, Cecil, and she's trying to figure out. I thought that she was trying to figure out if she should meet with her hubby, Curtis. She says she misses Curtis, and her limit for, cheatation is 1. So he's already, I guess exceeded the limit. Maybe he get one, and then after that, no more. And then Curtis, she says that, but the one redeeming factor in the whole thing with her husband, Curtis, and his cheatation is that he has not blamed her. like a lot of the people on the internet, not all the people, but a lot of people are blaming her. And she didn't say that, I'm just saying that. And then that he's also owned all of it. He's owned his part in it. So she's already decided. So I'm like, she already decided she gonna meet with the man. Then why is she meeting with Dr. Simone's husband, Cecil? But, you know, she's coaching Cecil on Dr. Simone. And Dr. Jackie feels that face-to-face will help her feel Curtis like a phone conversation won't. So she, you know, she gonna meet with him face to face, because you know when you talk face to face you can vibe in a way that you can't over the phone. So she can really try to discern her, you use her powers of discernment to figure out what's going on. And meanwhile she try to help her girl, you know, with her marriage, you know. So then we're at Toya's house. Quad is picking her up and they're hanging out, and Quad says she's hunting for a new house. And Simone is like, oh, you know, a house. I mean, Toya is like, oh, a house for you and your husband. And Quad is like, no, just for me. There's so much tension and she needs space. And then Dr. G calls and Quad puts him on speakerphone. But Toya speaks up immediately, hey! So it ain't like he ain't know she was there. And then she says she's not going to be cooking tonight because she got running to do. And Dr. G is like, it's no surprise. And Quad is like, see how petty he is? Click. And she hang up the phone with him. And Toya is like, you hung up on him? And Quad is like, I'm not going to argue. I'm going to block him. And Toya cries, oh, I don't want to see your marriage break down. It's so sad. So we see where the blockation comes from. Now, I don't think you have to block somebody. You could just not answer their calls. But anyway, and they arrive at the spot, and Toya is like, what kind of house is this you looking at? Or what kind of place is this you looking at? Quad's new residence is a new vehicle, so I guess she's throwing shade at the people who want to say that her address is a license plate number. Now she has a new license plate number to be her address, and it's like a Mercedes-Benz truck. It's a luxury car. It's $170,000, so that's definitely, you know, enough to be a new address for some people in some places. It's her birthday gift to herself. And Toya is like, girl, you should talk to your husband first. And Quad is like, baby girl, it's my money and I spend it how I want to. He works hard, he spends his money. I work hard, I spend my money. So then we're back at Doc Heavenly's, and Allura's getting her hair done by a stylist, and Damon Jr. comes home with laundry. Allura's hair looks all good and healthy and fluffy. I like to see little girls with good, healthy, natural hair that's being taken care of. And then I'm kind of like confused because Mama is asking about some of the clothes that the child has. And she like, did somebody buy it for you? And then it's kind of like, did your father give you money? And I'm kind of like, well, what's going on? Who buying the child clothes? Buying children, you know. But anyway, Toya, and then we're back at Toya's house. And Toya, Vanessa's mommy, is in town, for Mother's Day. Oh, that's so sweet. And we see that Toya has a stepdaddy, and he look cool, but his name is Albert. Dang, that's kind of one of them names. It's kind of like Albert. But hey, you can't help your name. You ain't name yourself. Oh my God, somebody's dog is just out here walking around. No, Bella, don't look. Okay. You hear the dogs barking. I don't know who it is, but it looks fluffy and well maintained. Then we're at Mariah's, and that baby is so cute with her yellow flowers in her hair. The video vixen is protesting. She had to protest whenever a dog walked down the street because this her street. She owned this street. She don't approve. She ain't authorized the walkation. Okay, so Mariah's baby is so cute. And baby, she ain't a baby, but her young daughter is so cute with all the yellow flowers in her hair. And Toya's mom is getting dressed with Toya. Then we see Allura and Doc Heavenly. And Doc Heavenly is getting her counseling session from Allura about how to behave and treat people. And that white and yellow is so pretty as a theme for the Mother's Day party. It looks just so beautiful. Doc Contessa and Nanny Renee are arriving, since Nanny Renee is supposed to be like her mama. Then there's Doc Simone, and there's Doc Jackie, and then Doc Heavenly is there. And then Doc Contessa's mom, we find out, died of cancer when Dr. Contessa was 34, and she seemed really sad about it. And it was sad. I felt that, like, oh my gosh, I mean, it's never a good time, a good age to lose a mama, is it? So sorry for her. Then we see Toya and her mom, and Lauren is Mariah's daughter with the yellow flowers in her hair, and she's the greeter. Then we see Nanny Renee announcing to the group her pet name for Dr. Contessa is the Black Doc Gangsta Biatch, or whatever she's saying. But she's coming kind of aggressive and hard with this, wild child role that I guess she's going to play. I guess the doctor and her husband, Contessa, want to maintain some sort of dignity, so they've got this person in to like bring the drama. I feel like, did she just get hired to play the role of the nanny? I don't think she's really their nanny. I think they just hired her to come in and add some spice to the family, because the family didn't want to get down in dirt. I don't understand what's going on, but I'm not buying the relationship between Nanny Renee and Dr. Contessa. But, anyway. And throughout the whole thing, Nanny Renee is acting up. Or I don't know if acting up, but she's loud, she's drunk, I don't know if she's drunk or not, but she could be drunk or high or just loud and boisterous. And, it didn't really add much value for me. It was kind of like a source of like confusion and stress for me. Mariah arrives at her party and she's wearing blue. She told everybody else to wear white and yellow, but she's wearing blue because it's her party and she's the star of her party. Miss Lucy arrives next, and the flowers and the butterflies and the tents. Yes, everything looks really pretty to me. And we got Nanny Renee, and she talking about, I'm nobody, I'm just a nanny. You a beautiful chocolate woman, is what she's saying to Miss Lucy. Just because your daughter, you adopted, doesn't mean you better than me. She carrying on. Oh my God, this dog is in the street now. So anyway, this is some of Nanny Renee's carrying on nation. And then Mariah gets up, makes the announcement that everyone can go inside to eat. We find out that Quad is in Miami. Although she's been invited to the event, she didn't let Mariah know, according to Mariah, that she wasn't coming. The ladies and Doc Jackie talk about her talk with Dr. Simone's husband, Cecil. Dr. Renee is yelling and carrying on. And the women ask, well, if this is how she act here, how does she act with your children? And Dr. Contessa has her story already prepared. She's like, just like I act different with my children than I do with grown people, she acts different with my children than she does with grown people. She's very nurturing and, good with my children. And Bravo has some footage to support her, seeming reasonably sane with the children. So Mariah gets up to speak, and it looks like she gives out 3 awards. One is to somebody we don't know. Then Toya gets the stay-at-home mom award, since, she's a good stay-at-home mom. And also Toya has never said anything mean about Mariah's mother. And I was kind of like, okay, so she's throwing shade at Dr. Heaven. I didn't really understand that. And then she has another award she gives out. I can't remember who she gives it out to. But anyway, the ladies go back out for dessert. It wasn't anything going on in this episode because I'm basically finished. Nothing happened. Okay, then Dr. Heavenly is preparing her apology for Miss Lucy. And Dr. Heavenly goes and she apologizes to Miss Lucy. And it's a good, well-spoken. I would have accepted it, but you can't force nobody to accept an apology. You have to feel in your heart that you accept the apology. I have had, I remember at one point in my life, I didn't talk to my father for 10, 15 years. I don't know how long it was. And then it was one day somebody asked me about my father and I was talking about him and I was ready to feel the way I always felt well, he didn't do this and he didn't do that. And it was I just didn't feel the same way. And the person was well, I could understand how you would be upset with your father. And I'm I'm not upset with him. And I wasn't upset with him. It was it was a wrap for me. But if you had told me before then to feel a different way, I would have felt the way I felt. And if you told me after then, oh, you should be mad at your father, I wasn't mad at him. So everybody had a process. And I just want to say that for Quad and the other child, Quad and Mariah. And also, I feel I'm not really inclined to accept apology. I feel she's being cordial. Quad is being cordial with Mariah. That's her colleague. What more could you expect? And I'm not really inclined to accept apologies from people who, if I don't feel like they apologize, like if you like, I'm sorry for stepping on your foot, and then you go and step on my foot. How many times am I going to accept your apology when I keep thinking that you're going to step on my foot and you keep stepping on my foot? But anyway, so Lucy is like, she can't, speaking of apologies, Lucy is like, well, I can't forgive her right now. It's going to take me some time to heal, which I thought was funny because when we saw the flashback of the assault or the offense that Dr. Heavenly had made on Lucy's mother, my mother is like, well, that just sounds like somebody saying your mama. It didn't really sound like a personal attack on Miss Lucy. I'm not really much of a your mama type sayer, but yeah, I don't know if I don't know. Miss Lucy says she have to heal, so then God dog, if she have to heal, I'd be like, whatever. I wouldn't have took it no way, but everybody has whatever. So it's going to take her some time to heal. And I thought was Nanny Renee trying to flirt with Mr. He told her he was G-A-Y. So I guess he was like, I'm not interested in Y-O-U. And then they have the butterfly release. It was beautiful. It was a gesture for the moms who have made their transition. And that was it. That was it. That was it. That's all there was to it. It wasn't really too much to this episode, was it? But I really enjoyed this. Totally off the subject. But I've been watching these two shows with the children. I call Friday the Children's Night, the medical women and the children. But Rap Kids, what is it called? This ain't no game. This is the M&F Rap Game. I'm like, that is a game. That is a game. Rap Kid, the Rap Game. Is it called the Rap Game? The Rap Game. And then before that, it's a dance show. Hit the floor. Get lit. What is it called? But I like seeing the black children and the other children doing their artistic things. That's terrible. I'm trying to give y'all recommendations of other shows that I like to watch, and I don't even have the names right. But the Rap Game I've been watching since the beginning. And Hit the Floor? The children in Jackson, Mississippi, who are basically majorette dancers, but the woman has expanded her brand from competing with other majorette dancers regionally to now she's going to be doing some national stuff this year. She's had the children do some stuff like with the, she's had them on the national stage. So I like her. I like her show. It's been relatively positive. Her and the Rap Game are relatively positive. It's fun, light, wholesome television. But that's what I got. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. We're still working on 200 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you have subscribed today or you're already a regular subscriber, yay! I love you, and Bella the Video Vixen loves you too. And today is the best day ever, so be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be